And so when you're looking at it, can you see similarities with the Buddhist art we've talked about from India?
Well, with the figure right away, it seems like it's very broad shoulders, and then like the waist gets very narrow.
Right.
So it's like this kind of like otherworldly type figure.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like the proportions are interesting because it's like this Buddha has like a lot of chest and like large arms. And there's like demanding shoulders. The hands. It's hard to tell like what happened with the hands, especially the one on top. If that's just a thumb going over, or if it's kind of just been damaged a little bit. Because it looked like it has it's part of the leg is missing, and then one of the adjacent figures is missing a head too. So.
I don't think we've seen this. So this looks Buddhist, but it's actually Jainist, right? So, and I don't think we've seen this particular hand gesture. Have we in other Buddhist?
I don't think we have.
But otherwise, I think you're right. Like in terms of style and pose and general composition, it looks very similar to the Indian Buddhist.
Right.
So what does that tell us? Like, is that like these? If this were your object,
right,
and you wanted to put it in the context of Buddhist art, what do you so as the text tells you, like one of the ways you can tell this object is the triangular mark on the chest.
Right.
And this isn't it's a teacher rather than kind of a deity.
There's definitely a lot of similarities, like with the snail shell curls, and does it have
and maybe this is also
Krishna. Like the eyebrows.
Exactly. And even the kind of being seated on a throne, and these lion / tiger figures, what we're trying. And then the repetition of all of that.
Right.
Perfect.
But they're all in the same, that same like hand gesture, which is going on.
Exactly. So you could choose something like this, even though it's not Buddhist.
Right, and then just like.
So the aim of this exhibition isn't really to focus on Buddhism, it's to think about India generally.
Right. Does it have like some sort of progression? Like walking
I guess it does in some ways.
It's always interesting like how things are organized.
That's right.
And like what kind of story, like how the pieces are laid out, like what story that tells.
Exactly. So yeah, here we're moving in time and then geography because this is all the Pakistani government.
Right. Yeah. You could tell right away, like the color of the schist stone.
I know. Isn't that great to be able to see it?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's so this would all be great because it should be very recognizable. You can really have a conversation with these people. This is almost like one of
Right. You can't really tell what the hands are doing, but it almost seems similar to the hand gesture.
It does, and maybe here too.
And at the bottom.
This one's maybe teaching.
Yeah, you could still like see like the prominent like musculature through the robes.
Absolutely.
And just the detail, the texture. Like here,
actually very narrow.
Right.
Which is something I don't think we get the sense of in
right, with like 2D images, definitely. But with the brace in the back, it seems like maybe it was up against something.
I think so.
But like, the way it's presented doesn't allow for easy viewing.
No, and you can see where it's been chipped out.
Right. And I guess that's another thing about museums, that like the ethics behind it. It's like, but I mean, it's still really like incredible that we're able to like just see these like artifacts from different cultures. And then this doesn't look like it's the same tradition.
It's a different period, and these are more in conversation. What would you say? What kind of styles? I don't mean to put you on the spot. Maybe more Gupta, the Sarnath Buddha.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like the emotion,
Yeah.
if you're at least referring to this one over here,
This one?
is different than the sign off video.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, but it looks similar to like the exact like image of it.
Yeah,
The
with the
seating
bottom.
of it
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
and the lines.
Exactly.
With very light robes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like on first glance, you could just be like, oh, it's like it doesn't have any robes, but then you see like the pant legs and the stripe coming across. Facial expression is very different than. Like, I remember the sign off video having this very like delicate facial
Exactly.
expression, and this one's more like pensive.
I wonder, it almost seems to me like something got changed in that also.
Yeah. What do you say?
The eyebrows. But if you still have your eye on, it's pretty creepy how it looks like it's looking at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the height of this actually helps that a lot.
It works well. And
Because like it goes down here, like you're not really making eye contact with
That's
it.
right.
So,
The eyes are all pretty open.
and even the one up there still like has this downward gaze. It's a little intimidating.
The one that really freaks me out is this one.
The one over here.
That's sick.
Yeah,
It
360.
records sound too.
It's
Yeah.
real presence.
Yeah. Such a
Okay, bye, Don. Yeah, so I'm just like recording this like 360 video.
what?
We're gonna use it for like a class project.
That's awesome.